Okay, so today's walk and talk was inspired by my idea of China's national sport. Okay, so despite popular belief, China's national sport is not ping pong, okay, is not even online video games, esports, as people refer to now, and it's not even any other sport that you can think of because China's real national sport is taking pictures. Okay, taking photos. And so, why do I say this is the national sport of China? Because I think this sport has the most participants, it has the most amount of people doing this, across the country. So you might be asking, taking photos is not a sport. Taking photos is not competitive. Well, I will tell you, in China, it is competitive. It is a competition when it comes to taking photos because social media is a thing. Okay, and despite what you might think about social media, wherever you are, social media in China is a whole different breed. It's a whole different animal where people are constantly comparing themselves to other people based on likes, based on comments, based on things, they can see based on their posts. So taking photos and posting them online is a competitive sport in China. Wherever I go, whatever I'm doing, I can assure you that there is someone taking a photo of another person. And this is not a scam. This is not just an everyday activity. People do this for legit money. People do this to support their friends. And people do this to gain a massive following on social media. The biggest example I would say that I've seen of this, and you will see this everywhere in China, in every single city, is you will always see two girls walking around, okay? One of them is always slinging a big DSLR camera, all right? And it's also pretty obvious, visually to see that one girl is clearly better looking than the other girl. And so these two girls will go out, they will go to different locations, and they will just start snapping pictures. And you have to question yourself why. Why do you see this so frequently? It's because they understand that in China, social media is a totally different breed. When you think about social media in America, okay, you think about, wide follower audience, internationally, getting followers because you're a model or because you're an influencer or something like that. You don't need to do any of these things. You don't need to be an influencer. You don't need to be a model. Well, they are models, I guess. But if a girl just puts her pictures online, and don't get me started on the Photoshop, then she can amass, thousands of followers very quickly. And this could easily create a brand for her. And this happens because China's population is massive. It is 5 times larger than the population in America. And so if you are able to amass that many followers just by taking a few snapshots of yourself and contorting them and changing them to look more beautiful than they are, then it becomes a very easy process for you to get people to like you. This park is literally so loud during the day because it's just full of old people who have either decided to bring their own KTV, their own karaoke systems, or instruments. During the day, it's probably like 3 p.m. right now, and I'm just walking through the park trying to film this video. and it's so loud. It's like there's like multiple concerts going on at the same time in this random Chinese park. But anyway, getting back to the point, if you think that, Chinese girls are self-aware enough to understand, why are they outside taking photos all the time, ignoring everyone else, their just reply to you, if you'd ask them, would be, oh, how can, just how can, which means, oh, it just looks good. It just looks good. That's about the extent of the answer that you would get. You wouldn't have them telling you, oh, it's because, I'm starved for attention, or, I want to get 10,000 followers on my Xiaohongshu or something like that. So why do they do this? Why do they take these pictures with these outrageous outfits? Don't even get me started on the cosplayers, which you can see in my other video on my channel. It's not just these girls that are going out and doing this. It is literally perfecting the image of something. Anytime there's an event, anytime, there's something happening and there needs to be people to advertise or to make it look better on the surface, to raise the awareness, to raise the face of the person involved, then there will be professional photographers and there will be people who will change that image to make it exceptionally beautiful and almost, distant from the reality of what that thing or that person is doing. And so photos and images are very important to the Chinese identity because they create that identity themselves by manipulating these photos. The whole, Chinese girls using Photoshop thing is something I could go on about for hours, but I won't get into in this video. I'll definitely make another video in the future about it. But it's so ubiquitous, And basically, in a nutshell, it makes me not trust anyone's appearance online in China, which you shouldn't do. You shouldn't do, because if you see these people online and then you see them in person, you will be surprised at who you're looking at. Pretty much, taking photos is the national sport of China, followed by number 2, which is playing mahjong online, which a large majority of people do, especially in my city, and then followed by esports. Okay, ping pong is probably like number 7 or something, but this is my ranking of China's national sports. If you like the things that I'm telling you about my life living in modern China, if you like the honesty with which I'm giving you my opinions, then make sure you subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video, and of course leave your comment. What do you think about taking photos as China's national sport? Am I right? And so as always, I will see you in the next video.